Do you remember the Friday the 13th game? Of course, everybody knows this one. But do you remember the original Friday the 13th game? Probably not, because most of us wasn't even born when it came out. But that don't mean we can't talk about it, so let's get into it. Friday the 13th, the game came out in 1989, released exclusively for the legendary NES console, and is famous for being one of the first survival horror games of all time. The game was developed by Atlus and published by LJN Toys, and despite its mixed and not really that great reviews, it's still going down in history as one of the most important horror games of all time. The game is of course set at Camp Crystal Lake, where the player takes on the role of one of 6 camp counselors, and the main goal of the game was to, of course, stop Jason Voorhees from terrorizing the camp and unaliving the children. Now the game is only loosely based on the film, as none of the characters are actually canon to the universe, except Jason, of course. Game even has somewhat of an open world feel to it, because for a game released in 1989, the map size was actually pretty big. It's even one of the very first games to include a day and night cycle. Having a day and nighttime cycle in a video game made in 1989 is pretty damn impressive. Also, strangely enough, despite how old this game is, it actually had a very advanced AI system, as Jason was extremely smart as an enemy, causing players to have to strategize and take different approaches on how to take him down. Now, while his attacks were mostly random, the game would actually adapt to a player's style, forcing you to switch things up. Oddly enough though, the game was actually met with some very mixed and somewhat negative reviews, because you gotta remember, this was 1989. People was not ready for a game that was that difficult. Hey, but despite the mixed reviews, this game still went on to have a huge cult following. Overall, the Friday the 13th game is a strange yet very important part of horror and gaming history. And without games like this, we probably wouldn't have the horror games that we know and love today.